How you doing, YouTube? This is EJ Boxing here, along with UK blogger and Chris Caban. Today we're going to do something different. We're going to cover a TV series that everyone knows and used to do in the UK and over here and obviously in America. The Walking Dead, so series 5, episode 8. So we're going to go for it. So first off, we're going to start to Lee, UK blogger.
Yo, what's up? Right, yeah, episode 8. The season finale, the mid-season finale, I believe. What an episode! Starts off from the end of the last episode, where the guy did a sneaky little move on one of the ladies in Rick's crew, got her to sort of like pretend like to kill some old friend of his or something. She went to take the shot, he banged her against the window, knocked her out, and he was on the run. He had his hands tied. He's one of the cops from the group at the hospital. And Rick did some real savage shit. Like, the Rick of old wouldn't have done this. He asked the guy to stop, because the guy was obviously running with his hands tied. He was running away from zombies and trying to get away from Rick's group. But he asked the guy to stop, and the guy wouldn't stop. He warned him. The Rick of old would have pussyfooted around the situation, but the Rick of old has now gone and knows he has to toughen up. And he runs straight into him, mate. It was brutal. Sent him flying, man. Probably broke a few bones. And Rick just took no nonsense, mate. Shot him in the head, mate. He's starting to now do what he needs to do to survive properly and look after his little baby. You know, so from that point they have to start renegotiating their sort of standpoint on the situation. And it obviously led into them doing the trade-off, which ultimately ended in a shocker. But in the meantime, you had Beth's sister coming back, saving the day at the church, and you know, and she was genuinely excited, and I was well looking forward to her finding her sister and all that. Rick and that went to do the trade-off. It all went horribly messy. We all knew that Beth had the knife, the scissors down her cast. At first, when they got into the trade-off, I thought Beth was just going to kill her, mate. Whoosh, straight in the neck. But she obviously missed, straight in the shoulder, and the cop went to defend herself and shot her in the head. It was an emotional episode because obviously Beth was prominent. You could see her distress in the situation when she had to kill the cop for the woman. They sort of built up a bond. She felt she got betrayed when she asked for the dude back. And it was a shocker, mate. I was just devoed, you know. If I wasn't a boxing fan, big tough guy wannabe, I would have probably had a tear in my eye. Fucking then when obviously, you know, Daryl took her out and the sister come, and if they'd have just come 5 minutes earlier, they would have been able to throw down. I personally think they should have just waited. If they'd have just waited and the crew would have got together, they should have just took them out all guns blazing, mate. But it was what it is. It was a sickener of an episode, and they're the kind of things I like Walking Dead for, man. And I think they just need to walk on, man. But you know, that's my general feeling on the episode. It was just a quality watch, man. How do you feel, Errol?
Yeah, man. It was pretty bad. I personally think in this thing, Beth shouldn't die. I mean, they already done the trade-off, and there was all at the other side of the corridor. She goes, "You're not leaving without thing." I was like, at that point, like, why do you need to even come forward? Everyone should have just cut. Another thing as well, the guy, the I can't remember his name, the name of that dude that she wanted. Yeah. They should have left him downstairs.
Yeah.
He should have left him downstairs. I didn't even understand, like, Beth, they already got Beth, they got everything over there. She's like, oh, we want him back. So we fuck off. We're off. Put the guns out and we're going. And let's back off backwards. It would have been alright. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to come down there? Is it worth it? They wouldn't have think, what, you think it's worth it? We're not to leave with no one. But Beth, like, took it upon herself to stab the woman. She missed, you know. I don't know. Like, the woman shot in her head, like, and it was like, to me, it was stupid. But it was shocking, and in the day of obviously Beth dying like that, just before she saw her sister. But Beth had questions for herself. If you remember on the previous episode, yeah, she didn't want to live anyway. She was thinking about killing herself for a long time. So now she finally wants to survive, live, and then she ends up thinking stabbing that woman, and it was messed up, man. But anyway, let me see what Chris Caban has to say. Go ahead, Chris Caban.
Me, I think Rick. I like the when it started off. Rick is getting vicious.
Yeah.
But I understand why he's getting vicious. Look what he went through all the seasons. You can't trust nobody. He went to that little thing with the cannibals. They was attacking me. They just escaped. You should kill everybody.
Chris, you're breaking up there.
I think what Chris is going on about is obviously, Rick's been through a lot, man. Even like when the priest I think once they killed them people in the previous episode, I don't think the priest was a bit freaked out by it, man, because it was a bit brutal for Rick's clan. But again, that's how they progress through all their experiences. But he had to go and obviously see for his own eyes, didn't he, man? If what they were saying was true, and did they warrant like the permission from God or whoever to bloody kill all them people in the church like that? When he went and found their leg, man, he was like, that was some serious stuff, man.
That leg, they would cook that leg. I swear it was them bloody cannibals. They were cooking that guy's leg. That was that guy's leg they were cooking on the barbecue.
Yeah, it was still there on the fire, innit? Because obviously they left that leg there and then because he obviously was laughing, wasn't he? He was like, you've got tainted meat. You'd stop eating that straight out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. But they're desperate times with desperate measures, man. They get used to eating humans' flesh. Chris Laban just jumped in. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, like I was saying, Rick has all the right to do that, be vicious. I mean, look at all the stuff they went through with different groups they meet up with. So at this point, Rick ain't trusting nobody. So he just letting everybody have it. I don't blame him. But Beth, that shocked me. I didn't think Beth was going to go out this early in the show. I thought she would have probably made one of the ones that make it to the end. But I was really surprised by her dying this episode. Yeah. It was shocking, but you know what? They had too many people in the episode anyway. They had new characters coming in. They had that kid from No One Loves Chris, from Chris Rock's TV show, and they had all these other guys coming in the episode. So I guess they got to get rid of some other new guys to get rid of some old guys to bring some new people in. I would have got rid of somebody. It would have been a dude on the throat that got beat up. Yeah, but I guess if you want to make people talk about it like they did, that's what they did. But to me, like that, the whole thing in the corridor, man, I would have said, "Fuck you, man. We ain't taking shit. We're out of it. And if you want to do anything about it, do something." Because in the minute she was outnumbered already, and they already broke their hearts already. The cops are gone, and also the patients as well in the hospital. He already said to them, like, if anyone wants to follow us, man. If I was them patients, I'd get myself in that damn bed and I'm off, man. You know what I mean? Because they're just as cruel in that hospital as it is outside. I mean, what's the difference, man? And they got that guy in there beating up the old. If you turn old, they got cops in there bullying you, and then you got if you're a woman, you have to give head to this fucking survivor. It's doomed. Yeah,
dude. No. He thinks Rick's turning into a bit of a Shane now.
Oh yeah, turning Ruth was like shit. Yeah, Rick's all gun ho, but the thing is, he was all gun ho until his kid come into the equation and his little son. So he's kind of easing up, but he did warn that cop to fucking stop. You know what I mean? That cop who did that, he didn't need to do that. But in the day, he I don't know what he think he was doing. Apparently, he was supposed to be the good guy. If you're the good guy, chill. You know, he didn't need to freaking do that to that woman and run. But,
no. But, yeah. If you're the good guy, you should have just sat there and helped them.
Yeah, you should have sat there and helped them apparently. But you can see the cops there. It shows you none of them cops are good guys, innit? None of them cops are good guys. What do you have to say, Chris? Anything else? Yeah, I disagree. I think Rick should have done what he did. Yeah, why? Kill everybody, because you can't trust people in this show. Shit, if I was in that show, man. The people are worse than the zombies. I tell you what, the cannibals in the previous episodes, man, they should have just, boy, they were terrible, man. I think that's the worst people to come across, you know. I think they're worse than zombies, man. They're bad, man. Looking at your flesh and waking up in the morning and they cut off one of your feet and they're on it because they got the taste of human flesh now and they're on it. Oh, it was in this episode. The foot was still in this episode. Yeah, I know the foot was still on the barbecue.
That was tainted meat, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he got bit, man. And the thing is, I knew he got bit because he was acting funny in the last week's episode. acting funny. But that woman,
it threw me because I thought they wouldn't have bloody fucking. I didn't think they wouldn't have cooked him because I thought he got bit on the leg.
Yeah.
Because his leg was in the water, man.
She jumped him early and she must have nibbled him, living that bit.
Tainted me.
Yeah. But the thing is, they were still on it. They were looking to eat the baby, and they needed to get outed. And I was happy they got killed. I tell you what bothered me is that bloody pastor. What the heck is he doing? So you're all safe in the bloody church. You're digging up floorboards, coming out to see what's going on, to sniff around. Why didn't you do that, when you was there in the first place? You had plenty of time to go around that end and see what was going on. You know what I mean? And he come out, and he's lucky. You know what? If he got it, I would have said he deserved it. They should have left him out there to get fucking dealt with. Because he brought trouble in, he brought them blood. And them zombies, there was loads of them coming, boy. They're lucky, They're very, very lucky. That guy could have cost them all their lives, man.
Something is up with that preacher, because I keep seeing that sign on the church, you're going to burn for what you did.
Yeah, because he's a coward. Nah, he's a coward, isn't it? It's what he is. He's a bloody coward. He's a bloody coward, He went round there, the zombies are locked in, and he's sniffing around trying to see what's going on, and that he still thinks there's hope for them zombies. And everyone's telling you, bruv, when he saw them coming for him, man, he went nut. But he's lucky, man. He's very lucky. He's very, very, very lucky, man, that they let him inside. Because, boy, if that was me, mate, I don't know if I'd have let him in.
See, I wouldn't. I'll let him stay there, man.
If anything, why did he run around the front anyway? And the thing is, what happened to his leg? All of a sudden, his leg got hurt. Like, how the fuck did your leg get hurt? I don't even know how that happened, And the hospital thing looked nice when we started off with, But when you see what was going on, that's what people got to do to survive. Like all this fucking, give up pum pum and people getting beat down and all them things there. It's horrible, man. You think the hospital's a place where people get saved, but they were just using them as batteries until they die, innit? The woman was deluded. The cop, she was deluded. But police people, that's what that's what they're trained for. They think that's how things are still going to continue. Them cops all them cops were bad. Even her, they're all wicked. They're all wicked, man. They were. She said all the cops there, the one who's raping, but she's worse enough because she stood by and watched them cops bully the old, rape women. You know what I mean? Beat up people. They're all terrible.
Would you reckon now, like? It's an awful place, man. But what do you reckon now? Like, obviously, we're in the mid-season break now. But there's obviously a gutter having to wait till February. But what do you think is going to go on from here? Where do you think and what do you want to happen next?
Well, for me, there's no cure now because that bloody Brer was lying and deserved to get beat down. We didn't talk about that guy lying about. He said he had the cure. That hillbilly. And then they beat him up, whatever. But right, it's like, who knows, man? There's no cure, so you don't have to go to Washington no more. And you're lucky as well, because that guy would have got them killed. That fucking soldier was so on it. He was gonna go fucking. You see all the zombies, man, down that fucking stretch.
Yeah. Oh, you see, this is the thing, man. It's like I was one of these. Was like, yeah, man. Finally, man, they've got a cure to go after, and they can get on a fat mission over to Washington, and it will go down. And like, this could create a couple of seasons worth of like high drama, and then even I was like wounded, man. I was like gobsmacked. I wanted to kill the guy when I found out there was no cure and all this bullshit. Like that guy went fucking mental, didn't he? He flipped the lid.
Well, listen, mate. Well, look what he done. Look at the sacrifice he's done. They had the nice cushy thing up in the church, and he's there. He was gonna leave them at midnight. Right? With them bloody cannibals. Look, man, that man cost bare people's lives, That dickhead, that one who lied. But the thing is, when they met, if you saw the episode last week and you saw how they met, it was like, how can you believe this guy's got the cure? Of course he's gonna say any shit just to make sure you protect him.
I think he was in a traumatic. He was about to kill himself though, that dude. I think he clung on to that, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he made that his like be all and end all, man. And to find out that he was lying at that point, he went mental.
Well, listen, mate. Because that guy knew if they went down that fucking. Look at the guy really rigged the fucking truck. That's how bad it was. He rigged the fucking he rigged the coach.
Bus. Yeah, no, not fire bus. The coach.
Yeah, he rigged the coach. That's how bad that guy didn't want him to get there. And then we looking down at all them bloody zombies, and he was gonna we can get through. Yeah, mate. He needed to come clean, mate. He needed to come clean. I tell you that right now. But it's all that guy was lying. and now we have to see what's gonna happen now. Now they have to look for some place to fucking hold up, you know?
Do you think going to Washington, though, is a viable option where that, like the guy said, that's probably statistically, and this is true, probably I don't know how true, but statistically, it's probably the best place to go.
Are you flipping nuts, man? Did you see the zombies, man? From here until there?
No, yeah, not to go through that gap, but do you think, what's the plan of action from it?
No, that's what I'm saying, to find a place to fucking hold up and to stay there until you die. What do you think, Chris?
I think they should have killed the cops and took on the hospital.
Yeah.
What, to stay in? Nah, well, I don't know, man. The hospital's dangerous. You know what? Go on, Chris, go ahead.
They were safe in the hospital.
No. I think anywhere where it's locked in, like the prison they had before, any of them places are doomed because you never know, someone could just die at night time, unless you know that zombie will just work his way through everyone and you're doomed. So for me, like, I think one of the safest places there where you have an open space, you know, open space country where you can see things coming in it. You know what I mean? Build up barriers and fences and shit. That's what I would do, in nice and open. You know, like the prison, when they were at the prison outside, was all right, man. You know, but the thing is, like again, when you die, the thing is, when you at night time, the cells need to be locked at night time. Like, you need a place, where when people are sleeping, you need them to be locked in, because I swear down, at night time, one of them guys, because anyone could just turn, and that's it. You're gonna.
Yeah, anyone could have a heart attack in their sleep and turn.
Yeah, and that's it. So, and that's it.
Do you know what though, Errol, man?
My favorite place was when they was in the farm.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Go on, Lee.
Yeah, but see, the thing with the prison is, we remember, like, Rick fucking lost his mind, didn't he, man? And then they weren't going out for supply runs, and like, it was like the fence wasn't being boarded properly, and because of Rick losing his mind and pushing it out a little bit, he wasn't controlling the group, and they were losing power. You know what I mean? Like, if this group was at the prison now and they cleared that out and they run it like a military operation. And went out for supply runs, regular supply runs, and encountered loads of decent stuff and other groups. Now they're like they don't business no more. If they counter another group, they'll just murder them in cold blood. If they see them as a threat. Do you know what I mean? We could have like proper fun with it now. Now Rick's proper converted into do what you need to do by any means necessary to survive type of guy.
Yeah, but you see, go ahead.
Which is the correct way.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think now, like, shit can start getting well good, man. I prefer it when they're on the move. You know, sometimes, like, with the prison where Rick was flipping out a little bit, it was getting a bit... The farm was interesting because you had all that stuff with Shane and you had quality characters. You know, like, there's not so much quality characters, and the situation, the plot's gone on for a long time now, so it's not new and good in that way. So I think now they need to keep moving and keep on, like, and these things like Beth getting killed and that, these shocks need to happen to keep you involved. You know what I mean? Like, can't be just too many bog standard episodes one after the other. You know, it got like that a little bit with, you know, them falling sick and all of that, and
Yeah, but that, you know what, I like that. No, to be honest with you, I like the episode when they found place, because that's what the first thing you look for. You look for a comfortable place where you got a home. But the thing is, even though you found a home or whatever, like at night time again, you don't know who's gonna come for you, man. I like the farm. Like, I was honest with you, I like space. You know what I mean? Because you need space, and you can see what they look clean, and you know what I mean. You can see things coming. You know, them herds of zombies. To be honest with you, man, you look, bro, it doesn't matter how much you kill, there's more coming, bro. So it's an ongoing thing, and in the moment you get tired or you lose your weapons, another thing as well, when you move from one area to the other, what happens when you're moving? You're hungry. Nah, I mean, you're starved. You gotta remember these things, man. You're starving. The hospital had food and stuff. Everything runs out eventually. I don't know, Chris, what do you have to say about this? Okay, Chris.
Big ass hospital. It wasn't that many people. A hospital could feed probably thousands and thousands, so they had enough food. And then all they had to go out was do is get supplies and come back to the hospital.
It's still in the city, man. But the hospital, still, there was zombies down in the basement, and come on. And the thing is, you're up high. There is food and stuff like that, but look how people look, man. In them small confined places, people lose the plot, like Lee mentioned, man. I think you just need, I don't know, man. I personally would do is find a farm like you had before. You can grow food in the earth, right? You grow food in the earth, and you put a barrier, you put an extreme barrier around there, and that's what I would do. But then again, you're still not safe because you've got other bloody humans coming to fucking take what you got anyway. You know?
They can just jump you in the
night. It's a whole bloody nuts, man. They've got a lot of people, but how many people can defend? Another thing as well, what maybe in a new episode might be happening, right? Is that other guy, that other military guy, him and Rick if they don't see eye to eye, they get brutal, the two of them. Because he wants to go one way, Rick wants to go another way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that army guy.
Yeah, the army guy. He's fucking on it, that one. He's just as powerful, man. He's nuts as well.
Yeah, but he's actually lost the plot at the moment. He's just ready to blow over, isn't he?
Well, he doesn't. He don't know what to do with himself, right, man? He don't do himself, man.
Yeah, he'd probably commit to the group now, though.
Yeah, but you see what I'm trying to say to you now? Now he's lost all thing, and that Eugene full of shit, yeah. Full of shit, Eugene. I don't know what to say now, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. They've got a big group as well, and there's kids involved, and it's They need to fucking. If anything, man, now going back to the prison. Alright, let's think about this thing. If us three was bloody out there, where would we go? What place would we go where we think we're going to be safe and looked after? You know where I'll go? Alright, this is just for me. I'll find a military base. That's what I would find, an army base. You know what I mean? Because you see in Z Nation, you've got a military base, you've got enough food supplies because obviously for the army, and you should have enough ammo to protect yourself, because you know there's like Fort Knox or something like that. I'd go there. Fuck that shit. Have enough ammo and ready to just gun down on people, bruv.
But in all them shows, it seems like you go to the army base and the people at the army base crazy as hell.
Yeah, I know, but the army base has got enough ammo, and they usually have endless supply of food in it and stuff like that. They usually have this army. If you go to any army base, they've got a lifetime worth of food. You know, or go to one of them like NASA bases and stuff like. Remember, in the early episode, they must have seen that scientist in there, and he had food, his shower, and everything. You need a place like, but all them places I'm talking about, they're all in the city, and you have to go past bloody zombies to get in there, man.
Yeah, I'd probably go in the wooded forest area because it's like bad places to escape.
So what happens in the wood? You saw the zombies in the bottom of the lake and stuff like that. What happens if you're walking and a stick jabs you in your leg here or something like that, and you're bleeding out or something like that? It's horrible.
Yeah, you get some boots and stuff.
Lee, where you think's a safe sanctuary place for anyone?
Well, it's not about safe sanctuary, but I personally believe, you know, that them hunting down things like, you know, like unlimited supply resources, like army bases and shit, is a good thing. Because I think they're in the sticks, isn't they, really? Whether they've got to a little city or whatever, or a big town where they are now, they're in the sticks. They're in the middle of nowhere. They need to get up to, like, they need to go to, like, what's that place? Fort whatever.
Fort Knox, yeah.
Yeah, or no. You know, where's that big army base and shit?
Which big army? What, in America? It's called Fort Knox. Or the Pentagon.
Fort, yeah, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, they should be just going to these places, man. They should just be on a never-ending road trip to bigger, built-up places where they'll probably encounter super groups. You know, and look, they've got killers. They've got the master bone arrow man. Like, they've got the killer arrow killer Daryl. You know, then they got the bird with a sword, man. She's lethal, mate. She's silent assassin, mate.
Yeah, but any of them could get killed, man. If they get killed, they know everyone in the show. This is the thing about the show, because anyone could get killed. That's
what I'm saying. They should just go covert. They should just go under the radar, mate. They're a little group, and they should travel, man. They've got a well-equipped group.
Man. You travel where? Like, even if you travel, where's your food? Where's your supplies? What about the petrol? Eventually, you think runs out, innit?
Yeah, well, that's why they got to. That's why they got to.
You ain't go. I ain't going nowhere, bro. I personally, I'll find one base.
And they got to move, man, because they're in the sticks, Errol, man. They can't just find unlimited. All this petrol and stuff. There's loads of petrol, loads of places, man. They should be going to like airfields where like they got petrol containers.
Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what place we forgot to go to? We forgot to go to the shopping. We forgot to go to the shopping centres, innit? Lock down the shopping centre, innit?
Yeah, like a big old shopping centre.
Yeah, lock down the shopping centre. That's it. You know what? Fuck it. Brent Cross Shopping Centre, where I live.
No, they want to go to like, Yeah, but they want to go to like the places where they make food and all that, or these factories where they supply Tesco's factories and that, where they supply the depot and that.
But you know what? Maybe when the zombies thing hit, the whole thing hit, everyone probably went to them places anyway, and you've got endless supply of zombies just coming at you, and it's just tiring. You know, killing them zombies is bloody tiring. You know, you got to crack this.
To a gunshot.
Yeah, but you got that's why you need the army, because you need. Where's all your bullets coming from, man? You know, everything's gonna run out. Your bullets are gonna run out. You know, eventually things are gonna run out, and you're gonna have to, close quarters combat with bloody the zombies. You're gonna have to get close to kill them now, innit? You know, it's a never-ending story, but we love it. We're 5 seasons in, and I've loved like The Walking Dead ever since it came onto the scene. You know what I mean? Any zombie program, it's been the best zombie programs we've ever seen like that. Anything else you guys want to say before we close up?
It's great. I enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for the new episode in February.
For real, definitely. UK boxing blogger.
Yeah, I can't wait. I hate having to wait, but we got Christmas in January. We got some big fights coming up, with the UFC as well. So we have plenty to do. We've got some other little series to carry on watching, but we have to wait it out till February. As soon as it comes back, I can't wait. I just hope nobody who's read the comments and that want to start posting comments and letting us know some crazy shit that I don't want to know. And I just hope they just go around finding massive resources. An army base sounds good, but they probably have too many zombies to clear out. But, because sometimes you could get the best place ever, man, but they got like 100,000 zombies all trapped in and that. I can't do it. Like that was an army base. You know that where they had to go through? Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Like, yeah, you can't even clear that shit out, man. So
no, you can't. No, because what they had prisoners there in the bloody courtyards. That's slow.
Yeah, but why don't they get the sword bird?
Man, you can't kill that. What?
No, she ties them zombies around her and she used to walk with the zombies.
Fuck going through that, man. Nah, fuck that. Nah. The first thing you do is you want to get away from them.
Let her tie some headless zombies or teethless zombies or
leave, man. If I was with you, you're gonna get me killed after. You're gonna get me killed. Like, fuck you. I'm gonna leave you, bro. You're gonna get me and Chris killed if we went down there, bro. Allow you, bro. Look, the way you want to do when you see zombies is go the opposite way. You see zombies, you go the opposite way. You know what I mean? Because when you kill one, they make up noise and then the others start coming after you. And the thing is, they move slow. But the thing is, eventually they're all around you and you're doomed. You remember, you got zombies all 6 foot odd and all it takes is one bite, one scratch, and you're turning. That's what it takes. That's another thing as well. But I'm gonna wrap this up now. Yeah, from Chris Caban, UK boxing blogger. I'm EJ Boxing Live. We're gonna catch you guys in February. Hopefully, we're gonna cover the whole entire series from The Walking Dead, season 5, episode 8. We'll catch you on another one. Peace.